walking over the Don Valley here in Toronto. It's a gorgeous day, and I'm just heading to my favorite grocery store here on the Danforth, and I thought I'd bring you guys along since I've completely overhauled my diet. The things I keep in my fridge are completely different than before, and while I am profusely terrible for eating out so much, I do try and keep like at least a few kind of staple things in my fridge at all times so that if I need to make something I can. And yeah, a lot of people who don't have a lot of vegan friends always ask me what do you eat? How do you survive without eating meat? All these things. So I thought I'd bring you guys along and just kind of show you the things that I always like to have on hand. So if you guys are interested in that, please keep watching. So here we are at the Big Carrot. This is definitely one of the best grocery stores in Toronto in my opinion, not only because it seems like they genuinely care about their customers, because they have much healthier items than your regular run-of-the-mill grocery stores, but also they have a lot of programs that really give back to the community. So all in all, it's definitely a fantastic place if you are in Toronto. So let's just jump straight into it. I've got my cart here, and we're going to start things off in the produce section since that's definitely the majority of what I eat. One of my staple foods is potatoes. When you are picking out varieties, make sure you're getting an organic kind because potatoes are definitely one of the most sprayed when it comes to produce, but either way, they are delicious and nutritious. So here we are in the veggie aisle. This is where you want to be getting a lot of different things if you are vegan, but since I do live by myself, I try and just get a little bit at a time so it stays fresh. But yeah, today I just felt like doing an easy kale salad. Got some of that, mixed it with some cherry tomatoes, some avocado, some cucumber, threw some vegan dressing on top, and we're all set to go. Super easy salad. As you can see, we've got some lovely berries here, but since they are a little bit expensive this time of year, especially if you want organic, I do want to find something that has more calories for the price, so let's try and find some bananas, shall we? Well, I guess I'm not the only one who likes bananas. I guess I will have to go somewhere else. These bananas are definitely too green for me. I try and get them when they're nice and spotty and ready to eat. So here I am trying to pick out the perfect avocado. This is also one of my staple foods since there's just so many things you can do with them. I love to actually use avocados as a dressing. If you get ones that are soft enough and whisk it with a little bit of lemon juice, just a little bit of olive oil, it is a really, really nice dressing. Or of course you can make guacamole, put it in a salad. The options are really endless. It's just to find one that's not too soft or not too hard. Found a winner, or not. Now, this is something I haven't really tried on my own yet, but I've had it at restaurants. But did you know that portobello mushrooms actually make fantastic veggie burgers? And here we have one of my favorite vegetables, which is beets. These are definitely nutrition powerhouses. I love them in juices, roasted, in salads. They are absolutely delicious, and I love the little touch of sweetness to them. If you're going to take away one thing from the produce part of this video, make sure you are drinking your water in the morning with a little bit of lemon or lime just to alkalize your body since it is in a really acidic state when you wake up in the morning. Moving on to grains, definitely when you're first starting out on a vegan diet, it's super important that you're getting enough calories. That's what's going to keep you from falling off the wagon. Lots of people that say they had low energy on a vegan diet, it's almost completely due to the fact that they weren't eating enough calories. So with every meal, you want to make sure you're consuming things like rice or quinoa, buckwheat, mix that with some lentils and beans, just to make sure that they are calorie-dense foods and satiating so you're not left hungry. Vegans cannot live on salad alone, that's for sure. And while we're on the topic of calories, I just want to mention that obviously a calorie of plant-based food is completely different than a calorie of animal-based food. So even on a plant-based diet, even if you're eating twice the amount of what you were when you were eating animal products, you're probably still going to lose weight. Of course, I would like to mention though that when you are on a plant-based diet, the majority of your calories should be coming from actual whole plant foods. Yes, sometimes it's nice to get these convenience foods that usually are made pretty well. They're just, frozen and ready to go, but at the same time, they do add a certain amount of fillers, especially in these fake meat sort of things. I'm really not a fan of this since I don't really look at it as food. So, keep those things to a minimum if you are looking to, lose weight or be super, super healthy.
Here we've got some lovely nuts and some dried fruit. I really like to have these kinds of options always laying around because if you're in a hurry and just need to like grab a handful of something, it's super easy and convenient. Obviously, you shouldn't just like be eating just peanuts or like other kinds of nuts for protein, but they're a good add-on to your diet. And if your cooking skills are much more diligent than mine, you can obviously make so many more things just like homemade at home. And instead of using whole wheat, if you are gluten intolerant, you can definitely use things like coconut flour or almond meal. There's lots of different flour options. Now, I will be doing a whole video just on this topic, but one of the things that I've really changed in my diet is also not consuming much oil. There's many reasons for this, but yeah, it really should be kept to a minimum. And here we have one of my favorite flavors, which is tahini. I love to put this in lots of different dishes like stir fries or searing anything like tofu. It's just a really nice complement to lots of dishes, and it's made from sesame seeds. Another one of my super easy go-to meal options is definitely some kind of pasta with just simple tomato sauce and toppings, since honestly I can't be bothered to be fancy all the time, so I love to just grab some organic tomato sauce, preferably with like roasted garlic or basil, something like that. Throw it with some pasta and put some kind of veggies on top, and we're all good to go. Super easy and really easy to just always have in your cupboards. As far as pasta goes, I really like to have a lot of options on hand, also depending from what it's made. So here we've got lots of different options like rice pasta, quinoa pasta, what's this one here? Brown rice fettuccine, really good. There's lots of different things that you can get pasta out of nowadays. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Probably my absolute favorite kind is actually with spelt, which I think I did find some here later on. Maybe this is it. Nope, that's from Kamut. So yeah, there's just like so many ancient grains that you can get that are a little bit better for you than just getting like whole wheat organic, since there is, certain studies that prove that gluten, isn't something we should be readily consuming. But yeah, there's just lots of options and really great for meal ideas. If you are a pizza lover, fear not. There's some great options for vegans with or without cheese. The vegan cheese is always getting better with every year, I'd say. And here we have some lovely nut butters. One of my easiest go-to snacks is just grabbing some cashew butter or some almond butter, putting it with some bananas and some jam on some sprouted bread. Super easy, super tasty. But I know that some people are like, oh my gosh, like $20 or $12 for a can of peanut butter. That's ridiculous. But if you actually look at the ingredients of your conventional peanut butter, like you will want to spend the extra $6 to not have a heart attack, I would think. And here we are in one of my absolute favorite aisles, the ice cream aisle, of course. I really didn't know until the last couple of months that there were so many amazing vegan ice cream options. Usually they're made out of things like soy or cashews, or my absolute favorite, which is coconut milk. I've tried this one by Coconut Bliss that was just, I'm very happy, just completely coconut flavored, and it was just amazing. Like, these are so creamy, so good. Here we got some lovely cheesecake, some cookie doughs, everything vegan. There's just so many options if you're on the lookout for them. Oh, hello, vegan chocolate chip cookies. You're looking mighty fantastic right now. And here we are in the crazy vegan aisle, because most people that I talk to that aren't vegan have no idea what the heck tempeh is. And to be honest, I didn't know what it was until like the last 6 months. It's actually fermented soybeans, which I know sounds actually a little bit disturbing, but actually depending on how you cook it, it's actually quite tasty. And because it is fermented in a natural state, it's actually super, super healthy for you, even better than tofu. This is always so hilarious to me. Like, this is the best name ever. Like, Veganese. Whoever thought of that is a genius. But anyway, that's the thing. It's like, if you are thinking about going vegan, but you are going to miss things like mayonnaise or things like frankfurters or any kind of, meat, some people do use the transitional sort of things like the vegan meats just to kind of make it feel more like what you've been eating before. But for me personally, like, this kind of stuff is just more or less junk food to me, so I only eat it on occasion. It's kind of like a junk food feast or so, but if you do need it to transition, definitely use it as a tool. And here's the good stuff, the crack cocaine for me. I love pesto so much. I know how I talked about earlier that oil really isn't good for you, and pesto is definitely like 50 to 70% oil, but it's just so good. So yeah, I'll make like pasta with some basil pesto and put some veggies in there, and it's super good. And obviously you can't forget about hummus, which is pretty much just ground up chickpeas with a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice. Really easy for sandwiches or, you know, a falafel dip, something like that. I guess I really liked this one here that I keep holding. Usually, yeah, you want to get organic chickpeas since a lot of conventional hummuses are from GMO chickpeas, which you probably don't want to be consuming. And here we are in the pus aisle, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but honestly, because milk is quite literally like the birth milk for baby calves, it has so many hormones in it to actually make them grow. It's really odd that we are the only species that still consumes milk of another species, for that matter, after we're already fully grown. So things like butter and milk and cheese and the lovely eggs, which are actually a chicken's period, which is really, really disturbing if you think about it. They're definitely not things that our body can easily assimilate, and it really raises your cholesterol to very high levels. It doesn't do anything good for your body. And even if it is, you know, free range, grass fed, all these different things, they're still not natural substances that our body can easily digest, and it just doesn't do anything good for you. And here we got some good stuff. If you are a coconut lover and a yogurt lover, this is going to be absolutely perfect for you. My favorite brand is Yoso. They've got some awesome flavors, especially that chocolate one that I was just looking at there. It's super creamy, super rich, and it actually has quite a bit of protein in it. If you still are convinced that vegans don't get enough protein, there's actually as much here as you get in like Greek yogurt, so definitely an awesome option for the morning. And here we have some awesome options for milks. As I said before, I do love my coconuts, so if I want something thicker, I do like to go with a coconut French vanilla creamer. Still obviously not super healthy, but it's just like a treat food for me. But if you are looking for some kind of milk replacement, there's some awesome options with almond milk or rice milk, cashew milk up here, I believe, which I've actually never tried, but it looks really good. So there's always lots of different options depending on what you kind of, you know, prefer the taste of. I had never seen these before I moved to Toronto. Kale chips were not on my knowledge spectrum. So yeah, it's actually dehydrated kale with toppings, and it's actually pretty tasty. But over here is something that I had never seen before until today, which is broccoli buds. I assume it's the same kind of concept as a kale chip, so we'll have to definitely try that out. And then over here we have It's Not Bacon, crispy coconut snacks. I mean, what don't they think of, really? But yeah, I mean, there's just lots of different little easy vegan snacks. We've got different power bars. I don't really like to use these unless it's just like a snack in between meals, but definitely awesome if you are on the go. And last but not least, we have one of my favorite superfoods, which is dates. These are awesome because they do pack a calorie punch, meaning you'll get lots of energy from eating them. They're super delicious, great if you have a sweet tooth, and really easy to bring along if you are on the go. So this is my finished card. I only did pick up a few things since I did have a lot of things already at home, but yeah, a big thanks to the Big Carrot for allowing me to film in here.
So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my trip to the Big Carrot. It's an awesome grocery store here in Toronto. They're really great at supporting local businesses and bringing more natural products to people, so definitely check them out. I hope you guys did enjoy some nutritional facts about the things I buy and, you know, what a vegan diet is like. And I mean, even if you're not looking, you know, to be vegan, I think it's always a good idea to know where your food is coming from, to pick sort of, you know, whole foods that aren't too processed and organic when possible, obviously. So yeah, just being aware about what you're eating, where it's coming from, and making the best possible choice for you and the planet. So So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this sort of vlog style sort of video, and I'll definitely try and do more of that. If you have any suggestions for videos that you would like to see or have any other questions, please link them down below. Subscribe if you already haven't, and until I see you guys next time, keep being your own kind of beautiful, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.